record this. Let's record before we go. Okay, so let's start with the first quiz item. Teachers, would you describe your emotions when teaching beginner level kids for the first time? So you can choose from A, B, C. If your answer is not there, you can choose D and specify your answer. Answers in the chat, please, so we can see what you've got to say about this matter. Yes. Okay, let's see. When you see, I have a level 0. I have a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, and it's your first time to meet this kid. How would you feel? Teacher Marie says B. Okay. How about the others? And use the chat. B also for teacher Ranelyn, slightly nervous, but excited. Okay, so it's kind of a mixed emotion. Teacher Maribel feels the same. So, is it a landslide win for B? Everybody's slightly nervous but excited. Okay, that's good. That's good. The right combination of emotions. Okay, that's good. So Miss Trina's B. Anna says that she is nervous but confident. I like that. With confidence, of course, right? Teachers are normally nervous. It's part of us being human, and it's fine. It only means that we want things to go well because we are nervous. It means that we are hoping for something good to happen. We are a little bit afraid to fail or maybe scared that something doesn't work the way we want them to be. And of course, as excellent teachers, we know that each one of you want for your students to learn, have fun, and feel great in each and every one of your class. So feeling nervous is really something that's normal. You don't have to feel guilty or bad about it. And being excited is also wonderful because then you can prepare really nicely and give your best effort to make the class really wonderful. And you guys chose B, so I hope that you are also using props and teaching aids and other stuff like that in class. Yes? So, yes, being excited, you review. Okay, that's wonderful. Now let's go to number 2. This time, looking at the students. In your experience, how do young learners really feel on their first day in an ESL class? So earlier, we have talked about you. How about them? How do you think they feel on your first day of class? B also. C. Okay, let's wait for the others. B, B, B. Okay. B. You like B. B for everybody. All right. So shy and reserved. It's tricky to get them talking, but by the end of the class, I can identify their level. Okay, let's see. Teacher Maribel, let's hear from you. You chose B, and later on you said it's tricky to get them talking. But what do you usually do to make shy students talk to you?
So, for example, I will animate my voice like a little bit sweet or like a jolly voice, and also I will use some stuffed toys that I think is really familiar for them. For example, Peppa Pig or like dinosaurs. And but most of the time right now in Nova Kid, I don't have like trial lessons, and also like 5 years old or 4. Most of them like 10, 11. Yeah,
Okay, so
so
you don't have a lot of kids anymore. All right. But yeah, that's okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Indeed, toys and animation is a very good way to encourage shy students to make them feel like something is fun, something is not scary in this class. It's a good idea. Thank you so much, Teacher Maribel. So let's always just remember that the behavior of the students Okay, people are joining. So the behavior of our students can depend on different other things. So maybe they are like they don't know the language, they are not, familiar with how we do things, they
Do
don't know
things
you.
they don't know you.
So
So
the only thing that we can do as teachers is to accept these differences and hopefully be able to build a strong connection with our students, not just in one session, but as they go along, we can get to know each other better and, we can have a good rapport with our students. Now let's have the third quiz item. What do you guys believe is the primary goal for the first ESL class for young learners? What should be your goal? So A, B, C, or D? And the chat. And also, welcome, Teacher Snake. Welcome to answer the quiz together with the others.
Thank you.
Okay, so B, D, building rapport, assessing the level, B and C. Okay, how about the others? Do you have any more? B and D, so B is still. Okay, the first thing here. Okay, so it's good. There is actually no incorrect answer here. Everything is a good thing to establish during the first class. And I must agree with everybody. Building rapport is the first thing that we have to do to create a strong, foundation between the teacher and then the student. And then if that already is established, then everything else, falls right into their proper place. So that's all wonderful. Now let's go here, and this time we have another task for you guys. It's a little bit maybe challenging. You have to talk about the problems, okay? So these are the most challenging scenarios while teaching students online. So which one do you think are the most challenging things? You can rank them in the chat from letters A, B, C, D, or E, D, E. We don't have F. A, B, C, D, E, G. Okay, so you can rank them based on how you think or which one you think is the most challenging, or maybe you can skip some if you think those things are a breeze for you. So A and B. So tech issues and students engagement. B only is challenging. All right. So really the student's behavior for most. Okay. How about the bad behavior of the student or parents talking in class? A, D, and D. And G, students using their native language. Yes, for me that's very challenging. A, D, E, D, C, and D. Okay, that's cool. All right, so teacher Ranelin, D, G, C, D, and E. Okay, so let's have one teacher. Teacher Ranelin, you ranked everything. You don't have A, so for you A is not a problem. You have excellent tech setup.
Yes, miss. I actually have hello everyone. I actually I mean we are using solar panel. So
Mhm.
uh if ever there's blackout, at least we have backup.
Mhm.
And I guess letter D. Yeah, I guess most of the teachers, this is one of their major problem. Yeah, like student shouting. So the flow of the class is really affected. That's just an instance. And also letter G, it's very difficult since we cannot assess their level, and we understand that they really use their language, but it's very difficult for us also.
Mhm.
And yeah, letter C, most of the time it is difficult to assess their level, since we'll be confused if the mother is the mother, if that's the mother's answer or what. And B, yeah, no engagement. It's also very difficult to assess the student
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and
very
also
well.
letters.
That's wonderful. And thank you. Thank you for sharing. And yes, amazing. Awesome for having your power backup. That's very reliable. So it's not a problem for you anymore. Do any of you guys speak any foreign language, something that your students speak? Nobody. Okay. So, well, yes. So that's why it's a problem for us if they keep talking in their native language. Most of the time, they're just talking to their parents are translating to them, and then they're talking, hey, why are you here? You're just talking to each other. What am I here for? But that's cool. You guys, teacher Annalyn made a really good point. So yeah, that's awesome, guys. And again, there is no right or wrong answer here. Of course, it's subjective to how these things affect you in your class. So these are the most common challenges that we have or encounter in the classes, and we hope that you guys have your own, strategies and backups and stuff to be able to overcome these challenges. All right, so let's go on and talk about working with parents. So let's see. Teacher Randolin said earlier that having parents in the classroom makes it a little bit difficult to assess whether the answer is the student's answer or the parent's answer, because sometimes they are saying the answers, but we don't hear them. Sometimes we don't, but sometimes we also do. That's how we would know. But let's hear from someone. Teacher Snake, can you hear us? Can you at least maybe share with us how do you think or feel about parents joining you in the class?
Well, I'm okay with parents joining the class, but I would really like it if maybe the student is having a problem with understanding something in English, and then maybe they can try and translate it in the language, but not give an answer to the student when I ask the student a question, so that we can be able to help the children, not spoon feed the child.
I am with you. Yes, totally. That's awesome. I agree. I also like the parents to be there for difficult situations when whatever you do, you did everything that you've got. You have showed your toys, you have used your gestures, you have done everything, and still the student doesn't understand. And especially for some technical problems, it would be good for the parents to be there to give instructions or to help the students with the directions. But also, I don't like when they give answers because we cannot actually see what the student can do and can't do on their own. Okay, yeah. Does anyone feel differently? Does anyone feel like they really don't like any parent around, or does someone here really enjoy having the parents join them in class? Like, even if they're giving answers, it's fine. Anyone who feels any differently? Maybe you can enlighten us with something. You guys all agree with the same thing? Yeah? Miss Trina, you too?
Actually, I have no problem so far with parents joining in the class with their kids, especially the mother, because they're mostly to just guide the student if the student did not understand something what the teacher is saying, so they are there to translate like that. So just that, mostly based from my experience. So it's okay because few minutes later they will just go out from their room and do another thing in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine with me, no problem so far.
Okay, that's wonderful. And speaking of that, the parents starting to leave the classroom, for me, that's a very good sign because it only means that you have established trust with them. For them to leave their child with you means that they know that the teacher knows what she is doing. I can leave at peace and do whatever, thinking that my kid is not going to cry because the teacher is able to guide him or her well. So that's awesome. Thank you, teachers. And always remember that the parents are also our clients. The kids are our students, but of course, the parents are the one paying for the tuition fee. So we have to treat them nicely and with respect, regardless of how they act in the classroom. Always create a positive environment for them and with them. So if they can help, let them help. But also be respectful when you actually have to set boundaries. Okay, so when they have to, okay, like for example, you are doing an assessment class or in NovaKid, we have review lessons. You really have to, okay, thank you, mommy. Let's have the student do it on his own or stuff like that and appreciate them, acknowledge their effort. When you see them, you can start with a greeting, hello, ma'am, sir, or if they're letting you call them mommy or daddy, it would be nice and sweet. So at least they can see that they are being acknowledged in the classroom. Somehow, being greeted makes can make them feel good, and it also is a good way for you to establish good relationship with them. Hopefully they'll keep booking your classes, and that's something that we all like. Okay, so except that both you and the English are strangers to the students, so that's why the parents are helping with the translation, right? So they don't know you, they don't know the language, and as for a very young student, the only person that they can trust for that moment is the parent. That's why their presence is highly, highly important during the first few classes of the student. So let's empathize with them. Sometimes the parents are going to actually even apologize to you when their children are actually not participating or crying or being rowdy. I'm sorry, sorry, teacher. She's very shy. I'm sorry, sorry, teacher. She's not in a bad mood, very sleepy. Teacher, they are, she doesn't speak English. She doesn't know anything and blah, 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 blah. And, it's a good thing for us to make them feel that it's fine, that we understand the situation, and that we are willing to work hand in hand with them to be able to overcome this part of the challenge. Because once you're already able to establish, how you're going to be able to make the students speak, it all begins. And the students will start talking to you, and you guys are going to have fun in the class. So that's something that we really, really hope to have. So just in case that you will really have problems in communicating with the parents, using the translator, whatever you want to use. If you have apps on your phone, you have Google Translate, you have like talking dictionaries or talking translators that you can make them listen to. Some of the parents use that, and then they will make you listen to the message that was translated so that they don't have to say it. So you can use the same to be able to communicate with them as well. So it's a very good thing. So remember that the parents and you, the teacher, you have one goal, and that is to make your students enjoy the lesson. All right, now let's go here. It's a good thing also to maybe try and share a message to your parents after the class so you can give them a quick feedback of what you think can be done better for them and the student to find the lessons easier and more fun. So it depends on the kind of classroom that you use. Here in NovaKid, we have a web classroom. So it has interactive features. So these are some of the tips. You can take a screenshot, teachers, if you would like, so that you can use them as, like a template for the tips that you can share with the parents after the class so that they would know what they can do better to make the classroom a good environment for their students to learn, for their children to learn. In your school, Teacher Trina, do you use a web classroom or do you have a separate app?
We use Google Meet Classroom and sometimes Skype.
Okay, Google Meet and Skype.
Mhm.
All right. So sometimes some challenges with navigation and how to use these things as well, right? So depending on what are the most, common challenges, you can add some other tips that you think you might need to share with the parents. How about Teacher Snay? Are you a Nova Kid teacher? Is she there? Okay. No. Okay. So let's see. Have you guys taken a shot? Do you okay? You guys are okay with this one? So that's one of the tips that we can share with you. Now let's talk about some of the problems. Teachers, what do you think are the barriers between you and your student? What sets you apart? Anyone? If you want to share, please unmute your microphone so we can hear you. Nobody wants to share? Oh no, okay. Language, culture, okay. Language, all right. So of course, we are teaching a language class. Age. Yes, age. Because I am old and my student is young. Okay, so language and culture. These are the top answers. And these are also, yes, the top factors. Memory retention. Okay, that's cool. So sometimes you ask the student to repeat something 10 times. A dog, 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 a dog. What's this? Nothing. Concentration. Okay. Yes. Anybody else having problems with this? The student's concentration, focus, attention span. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And of course, yes, I must agree. The language is the first barrier because it's the thing that you guys don't have in common. All right. As beginners, they may not have a lot of English words banked in their vocabulary. Oh, okay. Thank you, though, for joining us, Teacher Trina. Thank you. I'm hoping
Thank
that you will
you.
be joining the next one. So,
I hope so. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bye bye. Okay. So, yeah. So let's go and look at the language barrier. Since this is your top answer, it's the language barrier. So let's look at that. Even in their native language, kids are still on their way to fluency. Do you guys agree? Let's say they are 4, 5, 6. Teacher Marie, students this age, 4, 5, and 6, in this age group. Even here in the Philippines, are they already fluent? Are they able to confidently share their ideas accurately?
No. No, even my kids, they mostly use English than Filipino.
Uh-huh. Okay. So
Mhm.
this is when they are still stuttering, they are mispronouncing a lot of things, even in their native language. And then you are starting to introduce something else, right? So it could be challenging for them. They're just learning to feel comfortable in their own skin. And then you are, telling them to do something else. So teachers, please adjust your expectations. Do not look for a student that can do everything that you're telling them to do. Do not expect for a student to be able to say everything perfectly or create complete sentences all the time. If they're able to repeat what you are saying, it is already a great job. And if they can already make simple sentences, that's already super, right? So that's also something that the teachers are finding a lot challenging to do, to accept the student development. Sometimes they find it slow. Oh, a slow learner cannot repeat, cannot say, cannot remember. Okay, but let's also think about the challenges that the students are having. So looking at our cute little kid here who's just, starting to learn a new skill, yeah, so they need help, assistance. It could be scary for them, but it's also like us, even for us as adults. You try to learn something new, you learn how to cook a new dish, you learn how to drive or do something. It's scary at first, and you'll have to do it again and again and again and have the right amount of practice or even more practice than you need to be able to do something excellently. So during the first class, please do not expect for a perfect lesson. It is only normal for them to give you just a little bit of output, and that's fine. Right? That's fine. Do not expect a lot. Now we have the tech barrier. A lot of you also said earlier that the technology, tech issues, and something like that can be challenges. For Miss Trina, they are using Google Meet and Skype. For us in the classroom, we have our web classroom. So let's see. Well, let's have someone. Teacher Ranilyn, can you please read our bullet points?
Okay. First, make instructions clear and relatable to the device the child is using. Use a mock phone or tablet. Acknowledge that motor skills are still being developed. Borrow from the game designers and interactivities and offer rewards or incentives.
Okay, very well. So I'm not sure about teacher's name, but all three of you are Nova Kid teachers already. So let's not make our instructions very long, especially when it comes to teaching them how to use the features of the classroom. Let's try to identify what device they are using. You can ask the parents if they're there, or if they're not, you could ask, have you got a mouse? Or have you got a phone or a tablet? Maybe make a sign so that you can teach them how to do something. So don't just gesture with your hands, because sometimes you do that and they just do the same there. Circle, circle. So it's better for you to show them, click and go if you can see that they're using a computer, or touch the screen, finger, circle, so they know that they actually have to touch the surface of their phone. So to make the instructions simpler and easier, use your teaching aids. Okay, so that's going to help you give your instructions better. It's so hot in the Philippines. OMG. I'm all sweaty. Forgive me. Okay. Now, guys, we have a quick task. We are going to watch awesome videos from our fellow Novikin teachers, and you guys are going to be judgmental people now. you you're going to be judges of character. No, kidding. And you are going to spot, oh, what interactive activities did the teacher use. You can also share your opinion about what are the good things or the good strategies that were used by the teacher. And also, if you were able to spot any areas for improvement, you may also point out what is it and maybe suggest what would you do? How would you do it better? Right? So let's see. I'm going to make sure first that you can hear the audio. Okay, let's see. Test.
Anna, Anna, listen. I like apples. I like apples.
I like apples.
Good. I like apples.
I like apples.
Yes, good job, Anna.
Okay, so let's look at that. This class, what are the interactive activities that the teacher used? What are the positive and negative things? Anybody? Get to tell us now. So come on, be confident, guys. Anybody? Come on. Volunteer or be voluntold? Audio. What about? Did you hear the video sound?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay, that's good then. Let's see what you guys think about it. Come on. If you're trying to speak, maybe something in the chat box. Come on, people.
The
Yeah,
teacher
teacher Maribel.
uses TPR
Mm-hmm.
and also, yeah, the visuals.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. TPR
Oh,
and also the visual aids, the props, and also she let the student repeat the phrase, I like the sentence, I like apples. So that's the
yeah.
positive thing so that the student will remember it more.
Okay. So being able to allow the student to produce the language even after you in a repetition way. Yes, teachers say shared visuals. He has a flashcard which shows a red apple. So these green things are apples. This red one is an apple too, right? So if the student sees an apple, no matter what color it is, he would know it's an apple. Okay. Does anyone notice anything negative or not very bad, but something that can still be improved? Perfect one. Or what can you say about the pace of her speaking? Was she too fast or too
Fast.
slow? Yes, Teacher Maribel?
Maybe she is too fast.
You
Maybe.
find it fast.
Yeah.
So in your classes, you speak
Yeah, slow like
slower
I
than.
for example, I like apples, or you can use I like apples, but
Okay.
in a slow pace.
Okay.
I
So
like
you're using the finger technique. What do you call it? Like the number. So to dissect the different parts of the sentence, so the student knows that there are three words that he or she has to say. That should be. So I think when it comes to the pacing, it will depend on how well your student can pick up. In this case, student Anna was able to pick it up, so I think it's not bad for the student. But if your student was not able to understand from your current pace, then that's when you have to adjust to make it slower. Some of our students can be strong learners and they will find it boring if something is too slow, if they can actually understand something in a more normal pace. So yeah, but speaking slowly if necessary, and uh, talking in parts is actually not it's not a bad idea. I also do the same, especially when the students cannot remember the parts of the sentence. I had a level zero earlier, and we've got that lesson. I've got an orange bag, and she would always say, "I got orange bag." Say, "I've I've 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 got an orange bag. I got an orange bag." We had to do it again and again and again. And she's already saying, teacher, I don't like it's hard. No, 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 it's not hard. Listen, I've got an orange bag. Say with me, I've got an orange bag. And then until such time that she became comfortable saying all five words completely in one sentence. So if it helps to like train them to ease in, especially in longer sentences, it would really, really help. And we also have this thing that's back training. I don't know if it's effective with other students, but it was very effective before when I was teaching Chinese kids that we teach them backwards. Bag. Orange bag. Orange bag. An orange bag. I've got an orange bag. An orange bag. I've got an orange bag. And they're able to get it better that way. So I think it will depend. So no matter what means you use, for as long as it's effective in achieving your goal in making the student produce the language, it's fine and it's all good. All right, let's have another teacher. And I think teacher Marie can relate. She's using ManyCam as well. Let's see
Which
it.
one do you like? Oh, you like Luna? So let's go with Luna. Dun, 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 dun. And you got 4 cookies. So, Lena, we're going to eat. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, look.
Green.
Great. Green, green, green.
Green.
All right. Oh, look. Green. Good. Green. All right. Green? Yes, no. Green? Oh, very good. Say no. No.
No.
Very good. Ah, look. Green? Yes, no. Yes. Okay, good job.
Okay, let's talk about that. What did the teacher use to engage the student? And what did you use?
I feel like she used her head, like shaking her head and her hands to show yes or no. That really helped a lot.
Okay, so the body language helped a lot. That's correct. So the student was able to understand the yes and no because the teacher showed. I think it's a universal thing. Well, it maybe, but it's a lot of countries do the same, yes and no. So that's good. Thank you, Teacher Snake. And yeah, so the teacher used ManyCam as prop. Do you guys think that the student enjoyed looking at those cookies and tiny images? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So for us teachers, if you have the ability to use technology like this, if your computer is not going to crash while running it could be a trick upon your sleeve that you can use when teaching small and younger students, especially if you don't have a lot of props with you. So that's also something that you can try to learn doing because it's a good thing. It's a good thing also. Maybe like you're going to travel and you won't be able to bring all of your toys with you. If you have got something virtually, that would be really helpful. It would really come in handy. All right, now let's go have one more video.
Oh, and this one is red. Red.
O, też umiałeś, no?
Your turn.
Red.
No. Yeah. You can do it. Red.
Red. No? Pierwszy jestem. No?
What color is this, Mr. Bear?
Powiedz. Red.
Red. Good job, Mr. Bear. Red. Now it's your turn. Red.
Nie wstydź się. Powiedz. Red. Powiesz?
Red. Yellow. Yellow.
To powiedz yellow.
Yellow. Oh, wow. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Okay, very well. Let's look at that. Did you guys enjoy this video? Do you think the teacher did a good job? Oh, yes. Okay. So you can see that her jolly personality was able to make the student somehow engage. The student is quite shy, but look at that. The teacher did not stay in one word, but instead she kept on going, trying to see if the student is going to engage using other words instead. All right. So you can also do that. Remember, teachers, that you don't have to force the student to say something. If they cannot, you may move on and just think that the student will learn that when they actually start taking classes with you. Now, let's have another thing. Let's say, Teacher Maribel, please read about students' personality.
Students' personality, pay attention to the student's personality, and when you face unwanted behavior, don't take it personally.
Do you guys take it personally?
No.
Don't you feel
Yeah.
hurt when your students tell you, I don't like you?
I've
I
never
hate you.
experienced that before.
I don't work for us. You're bad teacher. Nobody has experienced that.
Not yet. Not yet.
uh, well,
You
I
guys,
have experienced this one, but I did not take it personally because he kept on booking my class. Yeah, and I guess it's because of our schedule. He had to wake up at 5 a.m. So I would understand why he is grumpy whenever our lesson starts. So yeah, I just smile.
okay, so yes, that's correct. Understanding the point of view of the student. If you have to wake up at 5 o'clock, you will also be grumpy. You know, you don't wake up at 5 unless you have to. You don't want to do it. Most of the time, I don't want to. I want to sleep in. Right? So, yes, never take it personally. These are students, these are kids. They will never intentionally hurt your feelings. They would never actually say things to insult you, never words that they actually understand. These are children. They will say things that they don't know, maybe just to express themselves in any way that they can. And also, sometimes teachers misinterpret it when some students send messages in the chat and then some of the words there get translated awfully. Sometimes the teachers think that, oh, the student is bad mouthing me or saying something about me. Just believe in your own personality and your own professional skills. I am not a bad person and I am not a bad teacher. If you're going to say something about me, it's up to you guys to never believe it. Well, if they're telling you that you are great and awesome and perfect, then you better believe it. But if they're saying something is wrong about you and you know that you're not doing anything wrong, don't hate the student for it. Like Teacher Angela said, sometimes there are students who say things like that, but they keep booking your class. I have a student who kept telling me, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you. This was when with my other company, and the student is always saying things like this. I don't like you, I don't like you. You don't like me every day. You love me, and I like you too. This is now I don't like you. You like me, you know. And then later on, mommy likes you. Okay, I'd like that. I'm fine with it. So sometimes, the kids are kids. And remember when you were children, you also didn't like tutoring. Did you? right? Most of the kids, they don't like to be tutored because it's time away from playing. It's time away from watching TV. It's time away from resting and doing what they have to do for school and something like that. So again, let's just understand where they're coming from and never ever hate them for it. They are just kids and we are their teachers. We always have to act and treat them professionally. So even if they are younger and they are children, we still have to respect how they feel and how they react as well. All right. Now also, use silence to manage the class. Teacher Marie, please read the bullet points for us.
Okay. Speak less and buy yourself time to choose your instructional words carefully and instead demonstrate and model the desired behavior or task and use silence to restore order in the classroom.
Okay. Does any of you use silence for classroom management? Teacher Annalyn says yes. When do you use it?
Yes, miss, especially when students uh keep on shouting. I usually have this experience, but it's in other company because most of our students are very young and most of them are Chinese and they've got a lot of stuff to do already and they also have English lessons. So I guess they're grumpy most of the time and they keep on shouting. So yeah, that's the best option, just to stay silent.
Okay. So when you set up and then suddenly they will notice that they are
Yeah,
the only one talking and they will tell you,
they would
teacher,
stop.
teacher. So where are you? Okay. Are you ready to listen now? Right. So that's when you will get their attention. So there are times when we need to be silent. It's not always that we have to be the one speaking. Allow them time to express themselves. It may be helpful for them to set their right mood. All right. Now let's just share with you something. So we have some rewards along with the rules. You can show them some flashcards. Do you guys already follow our Nova Kid official group for teachers? You already do. So if this one would be accessible for you, you can take a picture of it and then scan the QR code later or scan it now. You can use your phones to do so. Here are some visuals that you can use for the classroom. So these are not just teaching aids, but also flashcards that you can use to share the rules of the classroom. So they can be really helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have already gotten it. Maybe take a screenshot. And yes, according to Kate, you can send a message to our Facebook page and you can get the pack. Awesome. Thank you, Kate. So with that, I can move on. And this time I am going to ask you back the question that I have asked you at the beginning. So after sharing and learning some things, hopefully, this time, how would you describe your emotions in anticipation of your next class with a complete beginner? Hopefully, it's a little bit improved in the chat box. All right. Teacher Maribel is now confident that she's going to rock it. Yes. How about the others? How do you think you'd feel? Still be okay, excited, but still, it's still the same with a few butterflies. But now, this time, it's more excited than nervous. I like that. Okay. Butterfly still. Okay, that's awesome. Again, having a little bit of nervousness is normal, but more excited this time is a really, really good improvement. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. All right, now we have a few minutes left. We can go to the last part of our workshop, which would be our Q&A. Do you guys have any questions or anything that you would like to share with the team? Hold on, sorry. And okay, I'll close it so that I can share with you guys the link for you to get our certificate. Okay, so question and answer, guys. Anything?
None.
Okay, so look at the chat, guys. If you guys want to get your certificate for our workshop today, yes. And then we also have our short survey. Please answer them. So we have student feedback. What about it, Teacher Marie? Questions about student feedback?
I think she left. She left Melwy. I'm sorry, but she's not here.
Oh, but I can see her.
Is she?
Yeah, Teacher Marie is here. Do you have a question about student feedback?
Oh, I forgot my question.
Okay, so because you
Yeah, but I
forgot
was thinking about it. Maybe next time, teacher.
it's
Miss
okay.
Noe.
You still have your feedback form
Feedback.
just in case you remember it
Yes.
anytime. Or you can share your questions in our Facebook or Instagram pages. So don't you worry. All of those will come to us and we will be able to address it. We can send you
Yes.
the answers via the intercom or to answer your questions in our social media pages. All right. So no questions for anybody for from anyone else? No. Okay. So I would like to ask for a quick favor from you guys. Can teachers Nay open your camera too? I'd like to take a quick photo of us so that we have a little bit of a souvenir. And maybe do you guys have the? I'm not sure, but if you can add the maybe the things in your video, you don't, or do you have? No, I don't know how. Uh, like you can add something like here in Zoom in the video function, stop video. You can see there a little arrow,
Mm.
and then you can choose video filter. So you can choose something to make yourself look cute. Uh, so there, a small arrow like that. Yeah, next to the stop video button. You guys see it? Yes, rocking it. Oh. All right, so we can take a quick video together, a quick photo together as a memento of our happy time. All right, or for those who don't have it, maybe share with us your favorite gesture or TPR with your students. Come on, in 3, 2, wait, wait, hold on, it's crazy. One more. My screenshot is not working. Three, all right, there you go. Thank you so much, wonderful teachers. I really had fun and I hope that you also did too. Good luck with your classes today and the next days, hoping that you're going to be able to teach young students with more confidence and happily. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay.